changing this to like a glow up channel, which is actually similar to some of the videos I was doing before, let's be completely honest. But I just want to keep my focus there instead of being here, there, and everywhere, basically. Just making it, a bit more what I care about today. So, this glow up thing is a big thing. I know that lots of people make out like a glow up is actually not a big deal in life, but it actually is. And for me personally, going from how I looked before, how I sounded, how I spoke, this, that, and the other, to now, it's a huge revamp. And honestly, just it's a confidence boost, but it's so much more than that. It's literally life changing. It makes every day kind of better in a sense because you're feeling better about yourself. And a glow up journey really, I feel like you're pouring into yourself more. You're maximizing what you already have. You're not being the kind of person who just sits and rolls over and is woe is me. You, look at the cards I've been dealt, look how I look. I feel like you're actually putting time and effort into improving yourself, and that is literally what it's about. I really feel inspired myself even when I see another woman and she's really making an effort and she's wearing an outfit that I think, oh, that's really nice, or that's something that I would wear. Yeah. Happy New Year. Hi. Hi guys, Happy New Year. Anyway, I hope that you are on your glow up journeys. I hope you're not playing about this year. I hope that you're going to make your glow up really memorable. And remember that a glow up doesn't always mean a physical transformation, it can also be a mental one. Okay, lots of people in this world are so unkind to themselves, literally tearing themselves down. Okay, and this is not okay. I think that a glow up transformation can be purposeful, like it's always going to be tailored to the individual. And this is another reason why I am now holding consultations for glow ups, and I have different, like, I have one-off consultations, like one-off sessions, and I also have packages. And they're all tailored to kind of different things depending on what the person is wanting. And this is the reason why I'm doing that, because lots of people, when they think of a glow up, they think of a physical transformation. That is not always the case. And most of the time, initially, it actually starts here, because lots of people go through life, they get messed up from, childhood or relationships, or, their parents, or just their own experiences. And it impacts your life and yourself. And that is actually where a transformation journey starts, okay, with mentality. From there, you go on to a physical transformation. But it all starts here. It all starts there. I would say that I've had kind of enough life experience, okay, positive and negative, to be able to actually guide women in that department, okay, to overcome certain mental obstacles, to kind of get out of your way so that you can be happier, blah blah blah, and do the mental transformation. But I also feel like I've done enough of my physical transformation to be able to help with that also. So this is why I'm speaking about it. I think that the way that you look, the way you present yourself, the way you feel about yourself, the way that you are to yourself internally is a huge part of our daily lives. And even if you're not going by a physical transformation, you think that you're all set, maybe you need a mental one. Maybe you have something you're hung up on from years ago, from yesterday, from last week, from last month, okay, who knows? And you might just need some guidance to help push you to get past that. Now, I want to make it very clear because I have somebody who is actually about to do a consultation with me, and I want to make it very clear that I'm not here to hold anybody's hand. I'm not here to be best friends. I'm here to get a job done. And a job done means taking you from here feeling like you need inspiration, you need, guidance with things, and getting you to where you want to be. This is my goal, and that's what I care about. So make sure if you come to me for a consultation, just understand that I'm not going to have on children's gloves, and we're going to get stuff done. We're going to get this sorted. Okay, we're going to get to the root. Okay, if it's a mental thing, and if it's a physical thing, we're going to get to that too. And I want you to understand that. By the way, if you do want to book a consultation, then send me a DM, or you can send me an email. Okay, but I would suggest just send me a DM or an email, whatever. Okay. At Ziva's Glow Up Guide is my TikTok. Anyway, so okay, so my consultations, and are they online? So my consultations, there are different prices because some are one-off sessions and some are packages, and I do some that are online, and hello baby, and some are also in person. So there are different options there. There's literally something for everybody. There's literally something for everyone. Yeah. Sorry, my cat's moving the stand. You want something? Oh, happy belated birthday, girlie. Yes, fellow Capricorn. My birthday's in, well, when is it? In a couple of weeks. Next week, or no, a week and a half or something. Mine's coming up too. Fellow Capricorn. Anyway, so if you want to like get your own glow up started, you don't want a consultation or anything, that is totally fine. For me personally, like where to start would be mentality. Okay, so it would be, is there anything mental that I want to kind of improve, that I want to change, that I want to make better? Is there something I'm hung up on from my past? Is anything hindering me mentally? These are things that have to be worked through. Okay, and lots of us have things that have gone on, and you're holding on to it, and it's literally just ruining things. And it can also ruin the way that you see yourself physically and mentally. So again, a mental glow up is so important, and so is a physical one. I will never understand somebody, well, I do understand it, but let's say you have like, in your mind, you're always kind of beating yourself up, but physically, you're trying to do a glow up. You're putting makeup on, you're doing this and you're doing that. I think that the physical glow up can help your mental glow up to feel better, but it's still not enough. You still need to work on yourself mentally, and you need to get to that root of whatever problem, and you need to deal with it. No, the details are not on my Instagram. If you go to my TikTok, which is Ziva's Glow Up Guide, then this will be good. So actually it's at Miss_Ziva. That's my TikTok. And you can just send me a DM, and then we'll deal with it. But if you're interested in that, Amna, you won't regret it. I seriously rate my consultations, and I think that when you come, you tell me what you want from it, what's what do you want to take from the consultation? What is it you're having issues with? Is it a mental hang up? What is it? Physically, do you want to improve? Feminine voice control, how to have more confidence, how to really command attention in a room that you walk into, how to do all of those things, and how to also have more personal awareness. I feel like lots of people don't have any awareness over their body presence, and this is just a personal pet peeve of mine, but that might be something that you also might want to take into consideration. Posture and different things like that, the way you're walking, literally everything. So for me, I feel like you won't regret a consultation because you're going to go in one way, and depending on what level you're already at, you're going to come out being refined. Okay? Or really having the tools and everything to kind of get you in a better place. So yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting, and yeah, I'm super excited about it actually. If I, like, was not me, if I weren't me, I would do it. Especially for you girlies, because you've actually seen me go from what was to what is now. Hello, Nini. So you've actually seen that. So you get the memo. You really do get it. And I've also done this for myself by trial and error. And what I'm trying to say to you is that I spent years, I had mental hang-ups, things I really needed to get through. From childhood, teen years, early 20s to mid 20s. And I've always been able to kind of overcome things and work through things. Okay, so there's that part. That took me years, because I didn't have the tools. It's not like I have people to go and talk to, and lots of other people don't. Okay, so we're all kind of in that same boat. Or you don't want to speak to somebody about certain things, whatever it is, a physical hang up or something bad or whatever it is. So I was able to kind of get myself past that and be able to develop ways to deal with any issues I have. Okay, not that I'm perfect, whatever. Okay, but then there was the physical aspect, and that took me years, the same with the mental stuff, to work through and get to a point. And once you've consolidated that pattern of how to kind of evolve yourself mentally and physically, then it's really easy. And I feel like I've got that pattern down packed now. And or whatever. If you are wanting to you're here and you're wanting to get there, it's a lot easier taking tools that somebody's already got, as opposed to figuring it out yourself and it taking forever and years and years and years, when you could literally just learn from someone else's mistakes essentially and be able to improve that way. So yeah, that's another reason why I rate the consultations, because it's just you saving time, saving time of your precious life and learning from my mistakes and taking tips and advice. So yeah, I rate it. But yeah, if you are interested, then definitely send me a DM on TikTok at Miss_Ziva, and we'll get you started. Hi pretty, hi, how's it going? Hi everyone, and you know what? I'm also so appreciative because I have just changed and like flipped the whole script, and you girlies are still here. I really do appreciate that. But I think that you are the girlies who just get it, that this is such an important area of life. Okay, the way you look, wardrobe, hair, makeup, how you come across to other people with your how you're speaking. It's a huge part of life, and that really determines how your day will go, who you meet, who you're dating, how your family treat you, how other people treat you, how you're perceived even online, the way you look holds so much weight, and I'm literally over people saying, oh, it's not important. Yes, it is. And it's important because people make it so important. So it is actually important. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, even when you see somebody, you are judging them instantaneously based on the way that they look, okay? Or the way that they sound, so the way that they speak, their demeanor, the way they come across. If they seem pensive, um, you know, you might feel on edge, being around them. So at the end of the day, or if they seem happy or, girly, you might trust them more or whatever. Okay, because we are really all just like a computer, and we're just taking in that database of when we first taking in that information of when we first see somebody and processing it in our database, and we come out with a judgment. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. So how you look, how you feel about yourself, how you dress, how you present yourself to the world, to society, is a big deal. And it could be the difference between you getting a job or not. It can be the difference between you being ever approached by anybody or not. It can be the difference between you meeting somebody who wants to, take you shopping and go to nice places and go on trips and do nice things, or somebody who just wants to keep you in the house and is embarrassed and just kind of wants to keep you in, and then you never have any experiences. Or constantly being drawn, or like meeting people who think that because you're not putting any effort into your appearance, you don't care about yourself, and they really don't want to be with you for the right reasons. So I feel like the way we look holds so much weight, so much more weight than most people ever speak about. And it's time to stop playing about, stop wasting your life just with not putting any effort into yourself mentally and physically. Hey girl. And honestly, one thing also that I'm kind of over is like sometimes you see this whole like get a woman who can do both thing, and you see someone looks really drab, really dressed down, and then looking more glam. Literally, that's everyone. Like, let's actually call a spade right now. We can all do both. That is literally everybody. And I don't like glamorizing the drab part because I feel like it's just normal, and we should know that that's normal. Everybody's going to look more plain and boring without makeup, without hair, without this and that. That's normal. And I feel like we should understand that it's normal to look drab without anything on. That's normal. Okay. And it's okay. It's actually okay. But what I'm trying to say is, it's also okay to want to put effort into yourself, to want to improve yourself, to want to uplift yourself physically, look better, have better opportunities, and all of the things that come with self-improvement. Okay. Being a trophy can be yeah, it can be profitable. Yeah. I mean, in many 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 ways. Many ways. And one thing that I actually love about hair and makeup and wardrobe is that you don't have to be the prettiest person. You can look kind of basic and be average, and you can still build upon yourself. You can look below average and you can still build upon yourself. You can improve yourself no matter how you look. And I think it's incredible. I really do. I think it's incredible. And I think that any women who aren't using that as leverage, who aren't using that as motivation to have better treatment every single day you leave your house, I think that those women are silly. I think they're actually very silly, or just super super lazy, one of the two. Like for me, actually, I never want to get to the point where I'm not putting effort into myself. I never want to go back to how I was before, ever at all. Oh, I just realized something. So I'm actually having this thing right now where I keep on losing weight unintentionally, okay? Which I'm over, not good. I want to also say this because I know lots of people have like a weight thing, they want to lose weight or whatever, or gain weight. Make sure whatever you're doing in terms of weight, please do it carefully and speak to somebody like a dietitian or whatever, and really just get instructions and get advice before you're doing all of this, please. Because even for me, losing weight unintentionally, you don't want to be losing too much weight. Losing too much weight quickly is dangerous as well. And sometimes also you can think that it's due to, oh my goodness, my weight loss is going so well, but it could be an underlying issue. And this is also another reason why you need to have proper advice before doing all of that. And yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. I mean, everybody should be able to hold a conversation. If somebody cannot hold a conversation, that's kind of alarming. That's definitely alarming. Yeah, I feel like if you can't hold a conversation, then why? And again, you probably need a consultation to pull out of you whatever's going on. Because why can someone not hold a conversation? Like it's actually very easy. Even if you have nothing in common with somebody, it's still easy to say, um, you know, how are your parents? How are they doing? Or have you been to this country? Do you like swimming? Oh, really? How did you learn to swim? Have you been scuba diving then? Like, there are so many things. Like, I will never understand if somebody cannot actually hold a conversation, because I think that it's easy to, but not everybody feels like that. Yeah, definitely reading books is very helpful. And so this is also a good, I'm glad you mentioned that, because this helps with your glow up journey as well, to learn more vocabulary. It helps, of course, with conversation, maybe enlightening you more so you have more to converse about anyway. So reading books is very beneficial for any glow up journey, especially for like voice control and those things. So I fully recommend that too. I really do. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in with me, and I'll come back soon. I just wanted to come on very quickly, but thanks for joining me, and send me a DM at miss_ziva for consultations. Bye, girls.